Hey folks, Corey here. I'm gonna do another CommCare introduction video today. Today I want to solve this problem I have. It's it's kind of a silly problem, but so basically, so I've been logging these events, my running, my hiking, my surfing, and I'm using this form that has a date and a duration and a score. The other thing I do is I track my time religiously. So right now you can see I'm going to preview what I'm doing, which is hooking up. I'm going to try to hook up CommCare to Zapier. But so I use this app called Toggl to track my time, so you can see like everything that I've been working on these past couple days. But what's annoying is when I have to, like when I go for a run, what I do is I start my timer, so I say, okay, I'm running. So I would do this and start my run. And then I go for my run, and then I come back and I stop my run on Toggl. And then I go to CommCare, and then I enter the run there. And that's just kind of annoying. Like, I'd rather not do that in two places. And so I was thinking, well, wouldn't it be cool if I just entered my run in CommCare, and then it automatically got created in Toggl? And I think that I'll be able to do this in using a tool called Zapier. So I wanted to give that a shot, and I figured I would record it and see how it goes. So I'm gonna start by pulling up Zapier. That's my Chrome extension, by the way. It shows me new photos every time I open a tab. It's pretty cool. Shameless plug. But yeah, so Zapier. So I'm gonna make a Zap. And Zapier is great if you haven't used it. Basically, you can use it to connect any two things together that support it. CommCare has Zapier support. I actually have no idea whether this is released or not, or whether it's still in the beta. It looks like maybe it's still in the beta. But I'm gonna choose this CommCare app. And so basically what I'm doing, the way Zapier works, there's triggers and actions. So a trigger is something that happens, and then an action is something that you want to happen as a result of that trigger. So every time in CommCare when there is a new form submission, so you can configure this a little bit. So this is, the trigger can either be a new form submission or a new or updated case. I'm going to use form submissions. I've already connected my CommCare account, so I can just pick that one. So I'm going to choose a domain. One thing I should mention, Zapier integration is it's a paid feature on CommCare. So only your domains that have the appropriate subscription will actually show up here. So if you don't see your domain here, it's probably because you're not on a plan that supports the integration. But so I'm going to choose my sabbatical domain. I'm going to choose my sabbatical application. And I want to trigger whenever there's a new event created. So let's do that. Test your CommCare trigger by fetching an existing form. Make sure you have at least one recent form created. Make sure the trigger option matches the trigger. Okay, let's try this. Cool. So looks like this test worked. You can view your form to make sure everything looks okay. Let's look at that. Okay. So this is kind of CommCare's internal representation of the form. So it's going to have some junk in it that isn't super relevant, but this looks good. This is the data in the form that I want. And I as I mentioned, this is in beta, so the UI is definitely not the most polished. But if you're willing to kind of wrestle through it, you can make stuff work. So I'm going to choose an action app. I want to connect to Toggl. And what I want to do is create a time entry. So let's do that. Connect an account. I should mention that I have never done this before, so I might stumble a little bit here. So I can find my Toggl API key by navigating to the bottom of your Toggl profile page. Let's look for that. profile page. Maybe here. There it is. That's cool. Okay. Toggl accounts. Looks good. Can I edit this? I'll test it. Success. Good. So set up a Toggl time entry. So workspace, okay. That looks right. Projects. Oh, shame. So, okay, so it looks like it's going to have to hard code a project, which is a bit annoying because I wanted to actually do this for everything. I'll start with running. When I'm not recording, I'll try to figure out if there is a way to do that dynamically. Task. I don't know what task means, but I'm gonna just write in running maybe. Okay, that doesn't like that. Duration must be in seconds. So, yeah, so okay, this is what I wanted. So I wanted to pull the duration, must be in seconds. So, okay, this is gonna get a little more complicated, but I'm gonna roll with it. So duration must be in seconds. So right now I'm recording the duration in minutes. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a hidden value to this form. That will save the duration in seconds. So let's do that. So boom, hidden value. I'm going to call this duration in seconds. And the calculate condition is just going to be the original duration times 60. That was actually pretty easy. Let's test this out. The other reason I want to test this out is because I think I'm going to have to do this as Zapier to. I'm going to have to submit a form in order for Zapier to pick up that change, I suspect. So, new event. I didn't refresh this thing, I don't think. Cool. So new event running today, event duration in minutes, 60. And now I can use this live preview thing that I showed. So let's see. Recognize data, menu, event duration, minutes. Huh, it's not there. I wonder if the refresh didn't. I think I forgot to press save. Sorry about that. Let's try this again. So 60 minutes. And now we can look. Duration in seconds, 3,600. Beauty. Whoops. And I do want to just submit the form here. I'm going to have to go in and clean this up. But okay. Cool. So that's working. So duration in seconds. So can I, missing choices, retest step 1. Okay. So retest CommCare to get another form. Yeah, this is what I wanted. So hopefully now CommCare will pull in the latest form and that duration thing will be in there. Duration in seconds. Perfect. So now I'm going to go back to where I was, which was here. Yep. Cool. Duration in seconds. Duration in seconds. There we go. When did this time entry start? So for time entry start, it would be nice. Let's see. So there is the started time. I think I'll probably use that. It's not going to be perfect because if I log things retroactively, that's not going to work. So I'm also wondering if I can use the event date field. I also don't know what these little icons. So it's a date time. Date time fields are looking for a date to be sent on. They can be fairly complicated, but we do our best to interpret any date you give us. Okay, so yeah, maybe I'll just try this event date one and see if that works. It's not going to have a time, so I don't know what Toggle's going to do with that, but hopefully they'll figure it out. Optionally, when did this time entry stop? I don't need that. Billable, I don't need. Description, I don't need. Created with, let's say, CommCare. Continue. To test Toggl, we need to create a new time entry. This is what will be created. Project running, duration 3600, start. That all looks good. Let's check this out. Test successful. You can view your time entry to make sure everything looks okay. So I'm curious now if I go into Toggl. Oh, no way. Oh, that's so cool. So yeah, I made this thing 1 hour of running. Awesome. I can't believe that worked so well. I do want this description field populated though, so I'm just gonna go back. Description. I guess that's this. And so, yeah, I'll pull this from CommCare, I guess. I can use the activity type at least. Let's see, type data. Is this the right thing? Activity name. Activity name. There we go. Created with CommCare. Okay, let's try this again. So let's retest. Description, running, project running. Successful. Let's check it out. Okay, cool. Yeah, that one worked. While we're here, I guess I will try one more thing, which is just quickly seeing whether I can do this project dynamically, but I don't think it's going to let me because other options. Use a custom value, advanced. Custom value for project ID. Not sure how to use custom values. Learn more here. Okay. So what I think is true is that there will be a way to do this dynamically. It looks like Toggl wants this, whatever, 8-digit number, which probably maps to some internal ID in their system. And so in order to set this up to do it dynamically based on the type, I'm going to have to know what these Toggl IDs are for each of my activities. So that's totally doable. I would just store those in my CommCare app somewhere. I'm going to call that out of scope for the current lesson. But maybe I'll come back to that and show you. But so, right. So, but I'm not gonna use a custom value. I'm just gonna stick with running for now. But that's cool. So I think I will be able to do that. Yeah. Okay. So this is done. So I'm gonna say finish. Say CommCare events to time entries. Toggl time entries. Your Zap is on. Alrighty. Yes, I'm gonna go running now, and we'll see if this works when I come back. Cool. See ya.